Sumac, not the poison sumac, the yummy sumac. These little sumac berries are very yummy, but all their yumminess are on the outside of the fruit. So what we have to do is get it off and sweeten it up. Sumac is very easy to identify. There's a bunch of different types of this sumac. Grows wild. You can tell by these cone-shaped berry clusters and the shape of these leaves. This is wild sumac. You harvest the cones, you just pull them right off. Today, we're going to make sumac-ade. Here are some sumac berries. They are in prime season. You can tell by how green these stems are. What you're going to need is a bundle of sumac berries, a container. I have a gallon of water for this recipe. For sweetening it, I have some homemade elderflower syrup and some sugar. And you need some sort of cloth or something to filter it. I'm using an old clean t-shirt that I've cut. It fits perfectly over my jug. The amount of sumac berries to water is going to differ depending on where you've harvested these, what time of year, and just if it's rained or not. You know, they can be stronger, they can be more tart. You know, all of that comes into play. So you're going to kind of get a feel for it as you keep practicing. But I'm going to start off with this amount and a gallon of water. Put them in here. Now you just add your water. If there's bugs in these, they'll come out when you add the water, and you'll know that you probably shouldn't have used those heads. Now, all you do, give it a good working. All you're doing is rubbing off all the malic acid. That's what makes this tart. All the malic acid and the antioxidants like keratin, that's what makes these red. This is the quicker way to make it. If you don't feel like doing all this, you can just set it in the water and let it sit for a few hours or even maybe overnight. But the longer it sits in the water, the more the bitterness from the stems gets leached into the water. So that's why I like doing this technique. It just rubs out all the good stuff after working it for a few minutes. I just tasted it and it was a little bit tart, but I like it to be a little more tart. So I'm adding a couple more. And you just want to work this in for about a minute, maybe two tops. It doesn't take that long for it to all go into the water. Now that I've worked all the good stuff off, I'm just going to set this cloth up. I've got a rubber band put on here. Now I take out all the big pieces and stick them in a bucket for compost. Now these seeds could still be viable, so just know they may start sprouting up little sumac bushes wherever you put this. I'm just really getting out the big stuff so it doesn't all fall into the filter and make a mess. The next step, filter. You're going to want a fine mesh filter like this cloth here because there's little tiny hairs that sumac has. You see that pink color? This really resembles pink lemonade, very much so. In look and flavor, it resembles pink lemonade. It really does taste like you made pink lemonade, and it surprises me every single time how good this tastes. Now you just add sweetener of your choice. Here's our homemade elderflower syrup. I'll add that. And you can sweeten it like tea. If a cup of sugar sweetens your sweet tea well enough, it'll probably sweeten this well enough, or however much you usually put for lemonade. Give it a good mix. I'll try it. You always do this to taste, because every batch can be different. Ooh, now that's good, but it needs just a bit more. I'll get it all mixed up and taste it again. Coolest thing is if it's not tart enough, it's very easy to fix that. You either do this whole process again, just pour all this back into the pot, add some more of the sumac, move it around, agitate it, filter it again, or you can add some lemon, citric acid or something. All right, seems done to me. There you go. Sumac aid. Yummy.